Hey yo people, what's poppin'? Welcome to I Say What I Like. This is a podcast that gives you that safe space to talk about your relationship and sex. Please do well to follow us on our YouTube channel at eLife Africa, and please do well to subscribe, comment and share, because that's what keeps us going. And yeah, my guest for today, this is the Olori Ebi. This is who they call the Yoruba demon. Seeing him alone is like,
Are you for real?
I love your
This
cow.
typing is too much. Olori Ebi long.
And the Agbada.
Oh.
But you know there is this saying, what do you have to say to it? Yes, there's this saying that every Yoruba guy is a Yoruba demon.
We can't.
Are you guys really Yoruba
Yeah,
demons?
not everyone is a Yoruba demon. I don't even call myself a Yoruba demon, So people just see you, give you a title that
Yoruba
befits you
demon.
actually.
But Yoruba girl, why am I not being called a Yoruba Lucifer?
Yoruba Lucifer.
We have an interesting topic to talk about today. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about sex toys.
Wow.
Yes, sex toys. Should sex toys be considered in a relationship as helpers or enemies?
Sex toys should be an helper, actually.
Why did you say that?
Sex toys, at least, to spice up your sex life.
Spice up your sex life.
Yeah, 80% of ladies out there don't even reach orgasm during sexual intercourse.
So you're trying to say that sex toys allows you reach orgasm?
Yeah, it does. Based on research.
Based on research.
Yeah. Based on things I've heard too from
Things
other people.
I would love to hear. I would love to hear.
Sex toys now does things body can do. It's very important to reach orgasm while having sex. Most people are used to the then after the whole this thing, you are done. The lady doesn't even really reach the orgasm she wants.
Like that squirting.
Exactly, coming, shaking. A lot of ladies don't even shake when a guy touches them. The way you shake when using a sex toy.
There are a whole lot of ladies that kind of like have sex toys and then they are very, very shy to talk about it.
Yeah, it's.
Are you saying for a lady to get to the point of orgasm, she should be amazed, she should be all around the world talking about the use of the sex toy as an helper and
not everyone wants to share things like that out. Yeah, some people like to keep their things private, so you just tend not to say it out. Or a lot of ladies out there walk on the road. Even people going to the banks, going to their offices, they have it in their bags. You won't know.
If you have a girlfriend, and your sex life is no longer the way it used to be, she now picks sex toys over what you have down there. At this point, to consider it as a sex toy being an enemy in a relationship, what do you have to say about that?
I won't really see that as an enemy, because I would prefer using a sex toy than seeing another guy.
So now,
are you getting that aspect now?
So now,
if I'm not doing well enough, now we can sit down and talk about that. It's babe, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. We talk things out. That's why you're in a relationship actually. So I still prefer that. You're using a sex toy to, do that thing I can't do for you. Then
instead
go out.
Of a guy.
Yeah.
I've had friends that no longer want to have sex with a guy.
Oh really?
Because now they got a big dildo that can take them from this level to another level. At this point, I'm coming in from the end of sex toy being an enemy in a relationship.
Yeah.
At this point, they no longer see men valuable. They now see the sex toys as value.
If that happens in a relationship, whereby the lady now prefers the toy than
the dick.
The dick itself. That's where we need to have a meeting.
Family meeting.
You can't choose the machine over me. You get.
But already you had already said sex toy is a go-ahead in a relationship.
Yes.
So at this point, I don't think you should feel bad about it.
It's not as if I should feel bad, but you can't replace a machine over me. And let me say, even about the sex toy and the rest, it's just to stimulate everything. To spice up things. You get. There are things you can't even derive or achieve from the sex toy.
Like what?
Like the body.
Yeah, because you can't obviously can't kiss a dildo.
You can't kiss a dildo. This dildo doesn't have an property. There's no this. You can't have this connection with a dildo than just the sweetness you're getting.
Just the sweetness.
Yeah.
And the sweetness is not enough.
The sweetness is not enough. You need to be compassionate
About sex.
Yes.
Because sex is intimacy.
Thank you very much.
Sex is something you have to do, to
Intensity.
with intensity. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah, you don't just have sex for having sex sake.
Exactly. I see a whole lot of people that are like, it's just sex.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
There are a whole lot of things surrounding around
there
sex.
is a lot of things around sex.
You need connection to
You
have.
need connection.
Yes.
So a sex toy won't give you that connection. It can get you.
Yes.
Let's not forget that it is not only ladies that make use of sex toys.
Yeah, guys also use.
There was this word.
Sex toys. Guys use sex toys actually.
Yes, there is this sex toy that came out when period.
Yeah, one baby doll or
whatever
the
But at this point, at that point, they told us that the baby doll or the baby whatever would be able to kiss and do what a normal lady can do.
It's a machine, so maybe it's just designed to do those specific things. Actually, it's not really a human. So
it won't
that moment
be...
it's not a human. You know, it's not actually. You can't even get that thing you get from human.
That's like the female sex toy now won't be able to squirt for you. That feeling you will feel
it's
around
a machine. It can be designed to even squirt. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people. At this point, a lot of ladies don't squirt during sex. So a machine can even be designed to squirt during sex. Actually, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the machine can actually squirt too for you. According to how it has been designed.
But then it is obviously not going to feel like the squirt that I am going to squirt.
Yeah, actually, I've made that point before. There's difference between the machine, what you derive from the machine, and the one you gain from human like you. So that's one major thing we need to understand between the difference between using a machine and a human.
Man, it's like a whole lot of things to talk about these sex toys and everything. Like
it's a very wide topic.
It's a very wide, broad topic.
Very wide topic.
Hey Jerseys, hey fellas, I know you're enjoying the podcast segment. But what is a podcast show without a little break? Anyways, let's take a walk around the vicinities and
see. Let's go.
Yes, as we enjoy our conversation, because man, it is a whole
lot of conversation.
I would love to share an experience of somebody who has a very bad experience of making use of a sex toy. And this babe in her life, if you tell her, babes, would you want to make use of a sex toy? She will tell you, well, I know do. Anyways, this is it. She was in a relationship. And that's one thing about having an open communication with your partner. Learn to have an open communication, because you don't know what this person might like. You don't know how to help this person grow in his sexual life. So yeah, they were in a relationship, and the relationship was all sweet. But when they got to the part of this sexual this thing, it wasn't really rosy for her, because the guy's sexual libido was so really low.
That's why you need the Yoruba demon in your life.
I didn't ask you to come here and promote Yoruba demon.
Go ahead. Because you need the Yoruba demon.
Why?
Because why not? Why not?
Back to my story. Anyways, this girl, you could have actually just opened up to your boyfriend and you're like, oh yeah, I don't think our sexual life is compatible. Everything about the relationship is all sweet and rosy. But you see the aspect of having me going out to do some other stuff, some other guy that she doesn't really want. You would have just opened up with this guy, and there are things you could take that the guy could take to like enhance his sexual this thing, which I'm not going to promote on this show. Never. Anyways, she got sex toys. The way she and this guy finish having sex, she's not, she hasn't gotten to that orgasm. She hasn't come. She hasn't squirted. Her legs are not shaking. She gets her sex toy, goes to the bathroom, and sat it down there and have a thing.
Yeah,
God so helped her. She got a fake fake dildo. How many times?
No.
How many times she was in the bathroom? She was making them. When the guy opens, it was already burning.
A bad experience.
And the guy was like, "You did tell me I wasn't satisfying you.
Yeah.
But rather you are out here in the bathroom making use of a dildo that almost gave you a burnt pussy."
Oh.
And that was how the relationship just ended.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't very vocal about it.
See, that's why you need to have a very good communication. Be open to your partner. Let them know, okay, the dark truth, say them out.
Let it
them
out.
Know. Yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah, if it's doing 2 minutes and you don't enjoy it, call him, babe.
I hope you're not a 2 minutes man anyways.
Yoruba demon for that man.
Oh,
2 minutes.
What's with this Yoruba demon? You and this hyping of Yoruba demon.
Try and see now.
Oh.
We try it out.
Oh, okay.
A try will convince you, that's it.
I didn't get that part.
You didn't get that part.
And I'm obviously not even going to get that part.
A trial will convince you.
It is
definitely.
amazing.
Yeah.
Sex toys are really nice. Sex toys should be used. That's if you're having an open communication with your partner.
Okay.
If you're having an open communication with your partner, because it is really going to be unfair on the guy or on the girl if you do not communicate, because there's everything about communication. Having a dialogue with somebody goes a long way. If this person's sexual life is not working out for you, let them know. How can we spice this thing up? If your partner is someone who is not interested in having sex toys, there are positions you could do. If you're only going doggy every time, you can do reverse cowgirl. There are
a lot of positions.
There are a lot of positions you could.
If you want pass, you can hang out for fun.
Now Yoruba demon.
No. If that's the best way for us to reach our orgasm, I'll hang out there if that's what she needs. That's why you need communication. Let me know, okay, this is how you want.
Let me know. But
we'll sit down
time,
together, watch, videos, attend seminars, listen to people.
But over time, people are not vocal about this. If you have a sex toy and you know that this thing is giving you what you want, be vocal, like communicate.
Yeah.
Let other people to know what it feels like, because you cannot just keep having boring sex every day. Every sex is everything to enjoy.
Yes, now.
These sex toys will help you out there. It will take you from this level.
It even improves your immune system.
Wait.
It makes you look fresher. It's a secret. That's why you need the Yoruba demon in your life, my dear.
This conversation is not going anywhere. Like I said, it is a killer conversation. Anyways, let's still walk around the vicinity and see how it looks like. See you join us for the conversation.
Let's go.
What if I have had a conversation with my partner about me not wanting a sex toy, and he's like, he wants a sex toy?
Okay.
At this point, what do I do? And you don't want to let the relationship go. Because, we say sex is everything.
Yeah.
Sex is everything to enjoy. And you want to enjoy it. You really want to enjoy it. But then you are not really getting what you want. And at this point, you also don't want to make use of a sex toy. At this point, what do you do?
What do I do? She doesn't want a sex toy. And I want a sex toy.
Yeah.
Well, and
after having a very serious, big, open communication,
then she also needs to, improvise.
Improvise? What do you mean improvise?
Yes, now she has to improvise. Since, we are not really enjoying the sex, that's why I introduced a sex toy. Yeah. So now, what are you going to do?
But then
in replacement of that sex toy you don't want. Yes, that's it. Something has to, shuffle for that particular thing. If you don't want me to go out and cheat now, you don't want me to. Yes, I'm not really getting what I want from you. That's why I introduced the sex toy. Okay, now you don't want that sex toy.
But we should also not forget that when having an honest communication with somebody about sex, be it sex toy and everything, or let me use the sex toy as a kin.
Yeah.
So now, you should learn to teach her that, oh, babe, this is how this sex toy can be beneficial. This is how you can enjoy it. Because there is one thing for you to create awareness, and there's another thing for you to create awareness and also teach somebody about the use of sex toys.
Yes.
So at this point, what exactly do you have to impute and in all of this conversation, because I would, if at any point I change my mind on getting a sex toy and I'm in a relationship with a guy, I would want him, because right now, like I said earlier, that if at any point I get a sex toy, it's going to be an addiction. And at this point, I no longer see you vulnerable anymore. Do you understand? And I don't see the sex toy as something I hold on to. So why at this point, why am I being in a relationship with you when this sex toy can give me what I want? So at this point, what I would want a guy to do is to teach me on how not to fall in love with the sex toy, that this is only something to spice up the relationship.
Yeah, because you can't even actually derive everything you want from that sex toy.
The sex toy is not going to put you in those nice positions.
Thank you. This is a machine. Let's not forget.
Let's not forget, yeah.
You are the one taking charge of that machine you are using. Sex is like having a communication with someone. That's what we need to understand. That
and so many people don't understand that sex is indeed having communication.
Yes.
So people just see sex as something very random, and that's not the case, because honestly, sex is everything to communicate about. Sex is love.
Sex is love.
Sex is intimacy. I've said that before, and I'm saying it over and over and over again.
You can't get intimate
with a
vibrator.
Okay, there's this statement I've heard from so many girls.
Okay.
About a guy eating her up, or eating, or a girl eating a guy up, and they're like, they don't want that. A guy would not give them that so much sensation, you know. Like when a guy eats you up, that it is when you get this sex toy, this one that sucks. I think that sucks the clit sucker. That it gives them
there are various type of this.
The various type of the sex toys are wild.
There are ones that just make you shake. There are ones that lick that clitoris for you the way you want it.
The boob suckers,
and there are ones for penetration that gets, you know. So people now, okay, let's say for an example, let me take myself for example. Okay, maybe I have a 5 inches dick, and my babe wants something like 12 inches. Yeah, that part now we can introduce
sex toy.
A sex toy.
But are you not scared that one day this babe would never want, or probably just not see me important anymore in the relationship, because our sexual life now depends on the dildo? Are you not scared that at a point that if this babe now gets so much interested in the 12 inches dildo, forgetting about your 5 inches dick, at this point, what do you do?
There's no.
Would you be, because at this point you'll be seeing dildo as an enemy.
Yeah, definitely. Then now she now has the option to choose between me and
a
that
dildo.
That's it. There's no.
Oh my God, there is nothing.
Yeah, she has to choose between me or that dildo.
I say that's why at this point we say sex toys can be seen as helpers and also as enemies in a relationship, because over time I've had people that it is sex toy that destroys their relationship, because the guy can no longer, you cannot compare a man giving you ta and a dildo giving you it doesn't work.
Definitely.
Because a man is not a machine. It's just more like you comparing yourself with a washing machine. So if at any point you feel like your sex life is boring with your partner,
I will talk things out.
An open communication, like converse.
Let's
because
know
there is
what
a dialogue we need to do.
Place, yes.
And then I feel like maybe you should sign contract agreement. So one day that babe doesn't leave you for a sex toy. As funny as it sounds, it happens.
It happens actually, yeah, it happens, whereby the lady doesn't really get what she wants from the guy, and okay, she doesn't want the guy to go. You get, she doesn't want him to go like that. But then the sex toy is giving her what the guy can't actually give her.
There is this word my friend will say, it's taking the sex, I'll take you from couscous to couscous.
Yes, now from one level to another.
Cloud 9.
To cloud 9. Cloud 20.
So if a guy doesn't make a girl come, he doesn't give her that orgasm, he has not had sex with her to the point that she needs to squirt and come and all of these things, are you saying it is safe to introduce a sex toy to take her to that level?
Yes. it's preferable to use a sex toy to spice up that relationship, that aspect of their relationship.
So guys, in everything, this topic is a lot broad. This topic is very, very sensitive, and that's why I'm being very, very careful with my words. I'm being very, very picky. In everything, sex is communication.
Yeah.
Sex is everything to enjoy. Sex is sweet. If at any point you feel like you and your partner, your sexual life is probably getting very boring and you don't want to end that relationship, talk about bringing in a sex toy.
Yeah,
and if your partner does not feel comfortable with the idea of making use of a sex toy, there are other things you could try. Like he said, sexual positions.
Sexual positions.
Don't just be a lady or a guy of one position. Be very, very
different things you need to explore during sex. Because sex is actually very wide.
Very wide, because
very
like he said, a dildo is not going to bend you to doggy.
That's all.
A dildo is not going to bend you for outstanding citizen or
you actually the one taking charge of that.
Yes,
dildo.
exactly.
You are the one controlling it. You are the one let it going to be like this. But a body, a man and a woman, there's this communication, there's this intimacy you feel around each other. Even though without him telling you bend like this, there's how you guys
can be very, very creative.
Yeah, there's how you be eating each other. You know, oh, baby, let me turn, let me do
turn
this,
like this.
Yeah, automatically you get to, connect with each other. But this machine can't connect with you. Can't
connect with you, yes, exactly. It is only at this point. It is just giving you that orgasm that you need. But then it is not going to feel like you're having an intimate or one-on-one connection with this person. So guys, we have come to the end of this sex toy discussion. Sex toys are good. I'm not saying sex toys are bad. Sex toys can be helpers in a relationship to spice up your relationship. Sex toys can be enemies to your relationship. The moment you feel that this person is no longer valuable to you. Man, there is everything to enjoy about sex. And please do well to follow me on Instagram at Eniola_on_the_beat to share your thoughts, your ideas, your comments. And yes, follow us at eLife Africa, because without eLife Africa, this production won't be anything near here. And please do well to follow at I am Oloko, our Yoruba demon for today.
I take that as a compliment.
Yes, Yoruba demon, because what they call you guys.
Why not?
Bye for now, until next time.